I'm very happy to tell Mr. Shearer that I spent last Saturday afternoon knocking on the doors of Melville and Frankton and the wonderful Hamilton West electorate. And I have to say, even though it was a beautiful sunny day in the winterless Waikato, it wasn't just that radiant sunshine that left me with a warm and happy feeling. Because, Mr. Speaker, both Melville and Frankton are traditionally Labor-leaning areas. And judging by the response I was getting last Saturday, I have to say that the members opposite should be worried. They should be very worried indeed. Because nothing arrogant about this, Ms. Fenton, simply realistic. I was getting the response I've been getting consistently in recent months, and that is a very realistic one. Everybody knows times are tough, and everybody knows that there are real issues out there that people are grappling with. But the thing that I am detecting, Mr. Speaker, everywhere I go is a very realistic mood and a strong sense of appreciation that the government is on the right path, focusing on the things that matter, delivering policies that make a difference, and that will see us back into growth, out of debt, and providing a much brighter future for New Zealand. People tell me, Mr. Speaker, in my electorate, how grateful they are for the way that our government has stood by the people of Canterbury. I get that comment a lot. They tell me that they are delighted that we are committed to reining in government spending to prevent our debt from spiralling out of control. And they are delighted that we are intervening in very positive ways in the lives of youth at risk and those who are in danger of being long-term welfare beneficiaries. These are the things that matter out in my electorate. And I have to say to Ms Beaumont that I had a very similar experience a couple of weeks ago when I spoke to a Grey Power audience in my electorate. Again, not a traditional National Party audience, but what a wonderful, delightful group they were. That audience and so many others have told me that despite the huge challenges that we're faced as a government, and they know what they are thrilled that we've rolled up our sleeves, tackled the things that matter, and they can see that we're delivering in a host of important areas. The public recognise and appreciate these facts, and most importantly, and this is what they were telling me on the doorsteps in my electorate, they have no desire whatsoever to go back to the failed policies of Labor of borrow and hope, tax and spend. They know, Mr. Speaker, that Labor's prescription will discourage private saving and investment, increase bureaucracy and red tape, and propel our doctors and other skilled graduates off to London and Sydney. So I'm very pleased that our Minister of Education kicked off today's debate by speaking about the success and the huge increase in the number of trades academies. Because last week, I was privileged to speak at the graduation of the very first intake of the Waikato Institute of Technology, or WinTech, for their Trades Academy. And I was particularly pleased that I spoke to the students who told me that as a result of doing those courses, they are much more motivated at school. And their tutors told me that attendance is almost at 100%, and the few absences were absolutely genuine. And that not only that, the attitude, the application of the students has been first rate. They have appreciated the opportunity they've got stuck in, and they now have a real sense of purpose and a sense of hope. They are responding to a great initiative, and isn't it fantastic that this government has increased a doubling of the number of trades academies for next year? Well done, Antoli. Well done, this government. It is a great thing for our country. There are other significant developments that I want to tell you about in my city. We in Hamilton are leading the way in the rollout of ultra-fast broadband, and I am thrilled about that. We've committed as a government $1.2 billion to our ultra-fast broadband initiative, which will see fibre rolled out to 50,000 premises around New Zealand in the next 12 months, including schools, hospitals and businesses. I'm delighted that Hamilton is leading the way in this initiative. Just last week, I was pounding the streets in Forest Lake. I've done a lot of walking. You can see it's taking pounds off me, and I'm absolutely delighted. I'm no longer the size that I was. But there I was out in Forest Lake, and I met the technicians who are literally on the footpath delivering the high fibre to the gate. And it was fantastic. I was able to have a chat with them and to say thank you for what you're doing. It'll make a huge difference. Because together, over the 8.5-year rollout, the Crown's partnerships around the country will deliver around 25,000 kilometres of fibre in 25,000 kilometres of cable enabling connections to about 1.1 million homes, over 100,000 businesses and in excess of 1,300 schools and 6,000 medical facilities. I'd love to talk about the health that's happening. There's a great development of our campus, new buildings and classroom refurbishments in schools, a whole lot is happening. I'm absolutely delighted.
The Honourable John Biscay.